Damn! Oh! Oh, that's the whole nose. That's the whole nose. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, back with another Runaways reaction. We are now on episode 4, which is called The Rite of Thunder. Sounds ominous and fun. Yeah, I'm trying to get through these as fast as I can. I'm recording a lot. My editing is taking longer. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to stay on top of it, but these are good. Each episode is moving along really well. I have to say, for the first 3 episodes that I watched, the pacing has been really good, and I like that. So we don't have a lot of time to lollygag. We ain't got time to take too many side quests and detours. We need to stay on task because this is it. There's no Runaway season 4, so if they don't wrap this up into a decent bow in the next 6 episodes or 7 episodes, then it's gonna feel like a real letdown, and we don't want that. So I am looking forward to it. So last episode, I talked about it in the review quite a little more in depth, but biggest event obviously was the death of Alex's mother. I did not think they were gonna kill a parent this early in the season, but I think we've all kind of been expecting that the parents weren't all gonna make it out, or maybe none of them were gonna make it out. It was hard to tell, but at least from the comic book point of view, none of the parents make it. So I kind of knew that none of them were really safe, so to speak. I really didn't think that we would take out Alex's mom first of all people. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. As I said a lot in the last review, as I said, I talked about it a bit more. I feel like she and Tina, in my opinion, are probably 2 of the coldest of the group, and I feel like I kind of feel like they deserve to go more than others, just in the sense of not really feeling true remorse over what they've done. But Alex's response, along with how quickly he picked up being able to read the codex or whatever, I can't remember what they call it, the thing that Jonah uses anyways to do all of his equations, it all led to what we've all suspected, as I mentioned, not all of us, but a lot of us suspected since last season, which is that Alex is the one who has the 4th member of the royal family. And we got that confirmation at the end of the episode, thanks to Chase's cameras. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I want Alex to be cured of this possession yet, because I do think there could be a lot of fun with the storyline to be had. So we're not going to know until we watch the episode. So without further ado, let's get into this one and we will chat about it after. Go.
No one is truly safe from the magistrate's son. On the surface, he projects no shortage of what you would call charm. He's amiable, but under the surface, there's a cruelty that has become legendary to my people. He's notorious for the pleasure he takes inflicting pain on others.
Why? Dude, you could have just said you were homeless or something. You would have given it to you for free.
If Alex was here, we'd have a plan. But if Alex was here, he wouldn't have taken Leslie, which means we wouldn't really need his plan. Never mind.
That loop was scary.
Mom has a point. That doesn't mean taking the only thing that gives us any kind of chance of smashing it to pieces.
That is not what I'm doing, all right? I'm seeing how they work. Carolina was
He is a
right.
scientist.
They didn't finish the job with Joe.
Engineer.
These...
How's this for something we can strike with?
Where did you get that?
Quentin the Great.
I care about her well-being, of course.
Yeah, but do you love her?
What's love got to
I
do?
am certain.
Girl, you should know not to answer no phantom voices. Okay, why is that creepy ass rabbit in here?
The staff was destroyed. I burned what was left. It's gone. Forever. Except it's known.
You're just gonna let some random chick touch your breastises like that? Well, you got your justice.
You are right. We got ways to go yet. Just relax.
I need lavender oil.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of
Yeah, we don't have that in the hood.
Well, the compound inside the pods is a highly concentrated version of the alloy that made up Carolina's inhibitor bracelet. Interaction with the Gaborian skin should not only neutralize their abilities,
Okay, Gert.
weaken them completely.
You can't focus you looking at him like that.
Like poison?
But how? And why are you doing it so low? You're gonna hit them with the pointy end. This was a good plan until... Okay, we all just make out already. You know you still want each other. Just stop. They really hate glasses, don't they?
Wow. Now it's just you and me, Leslie. I have to be careful. You're in a very delicate state, and my father very much wants this.
I like this, Alex. Is that bad?
Imagine it'll be very sad to know that you've died in childbirth.
You were supposed to run.
Okay, Timon.
Really glad you didn't.
Let's get you out of here.
Come on!
I was about to say, I don't think they stay down long.
I'm so gonna beat your ass, Wilder.
Oh, honey.
You should know.
What the hell are you?
Hey, that's rude.
Oh, but I am so looking forward to it.
That might be a little Alex. I mean, he still did love his mama. Track star, Usain Bolt.
You help me get some pillows under her hips. You bastard.
You know, I don't ever want to see this much of Leslie. I'm cool. Y'all handle this, okay? Nature gonna take its course.
1, 2, 3.
I'm with you, Molly.
Definitely shooting to kill.
Of course, I could always jump into another body,
True.
like yours.
Didn't think that through. Yeah, at least it's contained now.
And then I'd have the gun. Your pretty little girlfriend's face when you turn around and shoot her point blank.
I love this, Alex. I'm
I'd
sorry.
love to see that.
I really do.
What happened? Where is he? He got away.
Interesting. It's interesting how Nico just refuses to trust people. Still.
Do you want to drink? No, why?
Nope.
I'm not really a baby at first.
I'm seriously just a circle of death.
It's having your natural.
A real smile.
Hey, after we're done with this whole baby situation, can y'all do me a favor?
Get the hell out of my house.
Actually, never come back here again. Guess that makes you an alien too?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Zavin and the baby. Well, Zavin's technically a Zartan. She can shapeshift. You want to see?
No.
Oh, but
I
it's
do not. I'm just gonna go
cool.
ahead and take your word on that.
She's like, I'm about to pass out, so. They're ugly.
This is so dope.
It's like they were bedazzled.
I know, right?
But we gotta make sure it stays in direct contact until they're, you know.
Dead. Are we really gonna do this?
Seriously, Molly?
Killing our parents.
Do we have to go through this every week?
A noble warrior who will love and protect her as her own.
That's creepy.
Ever since I found out about this child.
That's some Twilight gross imprint stuff. I'm not about it.
If prophecies are just stories, they aren't. I believe in the deepest part of me. I believe.
The last time you had that belief, though, you were ended up screwing a crazy alien that tried to kill you. But, okay. We'll go with your instincts. And how you gonna feed it? Unless you can... Can you shapeshift into a lactating woman?
I just came to see if you had any questions about the tech.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I helped you build the tech, so.
Right. I was right beside you.
Good.
I love you, Kurt.
Those are definitely the panty melting words.
Literary reference that goes over my head. Anything.
I love you
should
too.
Get ready. We're gonna leave soon.
She loves you too, but you know, she'll choke if she tries to say that without you maybe dying or almost dying.
The medics you called are just checking her out now.
We didn't call any medics.
Foolish children. I was about to say, why'd y'all call the cop? I didn't see that happen.
How dare you?
Again. All right, the stands in formation.
This is gonna be fun.
Isn't it?
Not here. We can't risk it until the gateway fully opens. Draw them away.
You said that so loud.
I really don't think we should stay out in the open.
Okay, Gert, with your butterfly knife skills.
Muscle memory for physical skills, though? Still here. So let's play.
This is kind of cool. I don't know who to root for.
But you gotta look right at me so you can see the light go out in your old dad's eyes.
Damn. Chase, you're so soft. Damn. Oh. Oh, that's the whole nose. That's the whole nose.
Didn't say fair.
Come out, inner staff. This feels like the time. That is a doll.
Brother, sister, back that way. Go help them. Now.
That's Zavin.
The prophecy.
The great love is the love for a child, whether it is ours or not.
How can you be so sure?
We ain't got time. Okay, Carolina. 4 against 1 ain't bad. That's some baller stuff right there. All right, time for the devil. Okay, comic reference. Okay, could you hurry up? Because they're kind of dying and stuff. That looked like hellfire. Okay, Satan. Tenebrae. Tella, like, move. Maybe it's the same place as those guys that she put. The black man who's being worn as a coat. Oh, leave Robert alone.
Hello, Robert. It's time to get up. We've got a lot of work to do.
Did she just create a minion? Okay, guys, well, that was episode 4, which was called Rite of Thunder. Yeah, I don't know how that title really tied in there. But again, a decent episode. Very interesting direction. I didn't quite think that they were gonna kind of bring the extraction storyline forward so quickly, as far as, you know, the family trying to leave and them having to be stopped because inevitably there'll be something wrong with them trying to leave. Zavin leaving with the baby. I mean, I'm not sad about the baby going, honestly, just because we don't need a baby in this storyline right now. There really is no room for a child. I know that the whole pregnancy storyline really was to accommodate the actresses, the real life actress being pregnant in real life. I'm glad that we're not somehow just drawing out a baby storyline that we just don't need to have per se. Yeah, that was an interesting choice for them to kind of foil the royal family so quickly. And where did the royal family go? That is the question. We know that Nico doesn't necessarily kill anybody, or well, so far she hasn't killed anybody with her staff outside of actually physically trying to kill Jonah. But this plane, this weird place with the field and the crows and stuff like that seems to be an interesting place. I believe it might be some part of the Dark Force dimension, potentially. Don't know, and I'm sorry if I'm mixing up Dark Dimension versus Dark Force Dimension. I can never remember which is which in my head. Sorry. All I know is that somewhere down the line, Tyrone is like in touch with it somehow, so they're maybe not as far apart. But anyway, I'm thinking it must be some part of that maybe, and that might be where she sent all of them, which is definitely going to keep them out of trouble for the time being. But depending on what's going on there, since it's a place where souls can wander around, I figure this could be, if there is any potential to save anybody, this is the way to do it, is that, you know, potentially Alex, his real soul could be in this place, and then, you know, the Gaborian will be on their own, and then if they can get Alex out, then they could leave the Gaborian in there, and I don't know, maybe indefinitely. There's a lot of questions. I still don't understand what Morgan's play is. We don't know anything about what she really wants, why she's so focused on Nico, and more importantly, what the hell does she want with Robert? I don't know if she just made him her slave, or like, what is her obsession with Robert? So many questions. We've gotten so little of her, and I get that obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, now that we've kind of wrapped up the Gaborian storyline for a minute, it looks like now going into the middle of the season, we're going to start this other secondary path with Morgan and what the heck she wants and why she's here. And so my guess is that with that big thing that Nico just did, because obviously it would have taken a serious amount of power to take out four of the Gaborim acting at the same time. I'm thinking this is what's going to trigger Tyrone and Tandy to show up, because we saw in the preview that Tyrone said he felt some kind of disturbance in the Force, and that's what caused him to show up and come all that way. So yeah, I'm a little curious as to what actually happened there, because like I said, it looked like a bunch of fire and ash just went out, and that can't be healthy. She might have sent them to hell, literally. The rest of the episode was kind of like, okay, I don't know what the purpose of bringing Tamar into this was, outside of like, I was fine with the storyline of her getting revenge on Catherine the way that she did. And like I said, I talked about it in depth in my last review, but outside of that, I really don't know what purpose she serves anymore, because I don't know. I'm assuming there's a reason. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it feels like her purpose should have been served with her just watching the news and seeing that what she wanted happened, and that she could just kind of smile and smirk away at that. But the fact that she now knows about the Gaborim and about the aliens, like, I just don't see Tamar. We've seen her be quite an opportunist. Like, her and Darius were very similar in that way. There's a reason they was together. Since Tamar does have a good chunk of money from Jeffrey. She does have money that was left from Darius's enterprise, what do you call it? His territory, I guess. But you know, like, a hustler's never satisfied, right? There's always more coins to be made. And just like how Darius looked at the situation and figured he could somehow use it to get more money or more power or leverage, I can't see Tamar, if they're bringing her into this, my guess is that she's planning on potentially coming back to try to use it. I'm hoping not, because she does have a newborn, and now that she sees how quickly and how crazily these guys act, I'm hoping that she's just gonna fade back. I guess my point is, I don't see the point of her right now. I feel like this was kind of extraneous, but she served the purpose in having the baby born someplace. What else did we really have happen? We had poor Chase finally admitting what I think we've all known for a while, that he's in love with Gert. It's hilarious. The first time they ever hooked up was because they thought they were going to die. And once again, he was like, we may not survive this, so now I'm going to come out with my feelings. And I joked in the episode, but it's true. You shouldn't wait till you think you're going to die to tell someone how you feel, but they are teenagers. We can give them a break. And I get where Gert's coming from, actually. I mean, I gave Gert a lot of shtick last season because she is very judgmental and very hoity-toity. And Chase put up with a lot from her last season. And she definitely is enjoying Chase's decision to leave, so she can kind of ride that moral high horse around him a little too much. Like, it's fine with her being upset. She definitely had every right to feel betrayed, because they obviously had a much more personal connection than Chase had to the rest of the group. She also should understand that that was Chase's dad. And like she said, she did say it in the last episode that, you know, I get it. You know, your dad, he fooled you. You thought he was sick. That was a weak point for you, as it would be for any child. She intellectually gets it, but just Gert being Gert just has to stay on that high horse and just can't give in a little bit and at least be civil to him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say she's got to forgive him yet, but I feel like she could at least be civil. But at the same time, I do understand her not wanting to respond in kind just yet, because when you have had someone walk away from you, sadly, your defenses do go up a bit and you do get very worried. And Gert's had a lot happen in the last little while, as far as people she thought she could trust being untrustworthy. And as she said to Old Lace, you know, she's like, if he takes off again, I'm gonna feel stupid. And we all know that that's like the worst thing in the world for Gert, to feel vulnerable and stupid. I'm sure we're gonna hear it before the end of the season, but I'm very proud of Chase for saying it, and saying it loud and proud, and standing behind it. I do think that he's gotten enough shtick from everybody. It's time to kind of let it go, because they are now a member short with Alex being overtaken. And yeah, that brings me on to Alex. I said this in the last review, but I kind of like it. I like when I see characters that are kind of generally more held back and timid get a chance to just be a little bit arrogant and crazy. And again, I'm pretty sure that, I can't remember the name of the actor. I'm thinking he's having a ball with this role right now, because again, you don't often get the opportunity to be completely out of character while playing the same character in a show. And this is a beautiful opportunity for him to be able to do that. And I think he's gonna have a lot of fun with it. I really enjoy scenes that are really well crafted to kind of, I don't know, just be really dicey and sharp and pointed, and that whole interaction he had with Nico, let's face it, it was a little overdue. I said in the last review, I think Alex has got a lot of pent up frustration and potentially anger towards Nico in particular. But my prediction at this point is I do think Alex is still in there fighting like a demon. And I do think it's going to come down to, if he does get control again for any length of time, I think it's going to be to kill the rest of the Gaborim once and for all and take the son out as well. I don't want it to happen because I do love Alex's character, but I can see it. I would be highly surprised if we leave this show with all characters still standing. Other than that, there was just the prophecy with Zavin and the baby, and I honestly, the prophecy thing was kind of here nor there with me and the whole Carolina thing. I know in the comic books that Carolina actually does end up marrying, not Zavin, but she ends up eventually marrying another one of her planet people, and it's because of a royal thing. But anyway, I know that in the comics she does actually go off and do that marriage despite the fact that she doesn't want to do it. I'm kind of glad that they kind of dropped it because it was weird. Obviously, Zavin's over exuberance over this prophecy and protectiveness of Carolina just kind of came off as predatory and creepy most of the time. Although the actress who played Zavin, hats off to her. She did such a good job of playing this alien out of place who's got this soldier mentality but still has like the softness of a woman and this curiosity. Like it's not an easy thing to even embody what you think an alien would be, but I think that actress nailed it. I don't know if we're going to see her again this season, but if we don't, I really enjoyed her as Zavin. I honestly didn't mind having her around, and I kind of like that her and Molly were kind of palling it up. But yeah, as far as the whole prophecy and the baby thing, that's kind of weird. I really hope it's not. I think that's what she said at the end, is it's going to be a parent-child type of love, and I'm like, okay, that's less creepy, because as soon as I heard that at first, I was like, it kind of reminded me of in Twilight when Jacob imprinted on the little girl. And I was like, that's just wrong, yo. That's not okay. I know what y'all are trying to say, but it's still creepy and I'm not about it. So I'm glad at the end they were like, no, it's going to be like a parental love. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we've got for this episode. So we are kind of moving things along in one sense. Like I said, the Gaborim stuff is on pause. It looks like we're going full speed ahead with this Morgan Le Fay. So if you liked this video, guys, please click like. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time,